Alright guys, welcome here at the Case IH stand. We're here to launch our new tractor in our portfolio range. That's the Optum tractor. So what we have is a 270 horsepower tractor as well as a 300 horsepower. It fits in between the Puma and the Magnum range. So basically where the tractor falls in is it can do the job that the Puma does and up until the Magnum 310. So it's primarily for that farmer that needs a Puma and also needs a Magnum, where you can only go and buy one tractor to do both of the jobs. Primarily it's used for baling, the planting. We primarily brought it in for a planting tractor because of the weight and the power to weight ratio that it gives us.
Is this our new famous tractor that was just firstly introduced here in NAMPO. We'll go through the tractor, go through the details, just to give you some insights about what we have done with this tractor to make it, as I said, as perfect as possible for our customers. First of all, it's our engine. So here we have our lovely FPT NEF 6.7 liter engine, which is giving us, in this case, 270 horsepower rated. But the biggest model that you can also see there, painted in black, is giving us 300 horsepower rated. So we want all of our 300 horsepower to go to the transmission, to be able to do the work on the ground. Together with that, we have our boosted power. The boosted power is the additional power that is helping us to perform all the other operations, excluding the draft. So let's say this additional power goes to PTO, or it goes to the hydraulics to help the operator and gives him additional power to perform these applications. Front axle of this machine is class 4.75. It has a lifting capacity of 11 tons, which is way too much than the tractor weight on the front side. Let's say the overall tractor weight is 18 tons, it's around 18 tons, but on the front you can put as much as 11 tons. You have here 1 ton front ballast. It's also possible to have 2 tons front ballast, so the bigger tractor you have, the more tons you would want to put on it to be able to make sure that all your power goes to the ground. We have duals on the front, duals on the back, again, for better traction, for better performance in the ground, because we want this tractor to pull as heavy implements as possible. If we look again here, and this is maybe something new for you, and you probably have never seen that design before, because this tractor again is coming from Europe, so it's having this stage 5 emission level, which for us is something new. But here I should stop a little bit on this point and explain you what the stage 5 is. So in Europe there is a special legislation that is not allowing them to use, let's say, the engines that are polluting the nature too much. So they moved to this stage 5, and this is one of the most advanced emission levels today. So to reach that level of emission, different manufacturers are using different types of systems. In our tractor, we are using the best system that was ever built, and this system, which is having this special liquid, which is called AdBlue. The farmer has to fill this liquid inside the special tank with the blue cap. It's on the other side of the tractor. But what this liquid does, it simply removes the nitrogen oxide, it removes the CO, and it removes the particulate matter. So all the 3 components that are polluting atmosphere are going to be removed within this system. The benefit for the customer here is not only the atmosphere, but it's also a fuel efficiency, because together with that liquid, you are getting higher temperature of the burning. And so the fuel is burned in a better way, and you have more efficiency out of the same amount of fuel. So we have a hydraulic system here. We have a pump that is capable to output 223 liters per minute, which is quite enough to be able to drive most of the seeders. I would say most of the planters that you're using with the bigger tractors. It has a lifting capacity on the hitch ends around 12 tons. So it's quite impressive lifting capacity, and you can compare it with Magnum, because Magnum has the same. If you go 610 millimeters behind the balls, which is usually where is our center of masses of the implement is located, then your lifting capacity is decreasing, and this is physics, this is simple physics. But here you will have, in the 610 millimeters behind, you will have 10.3 tons, which is still enough to lift the majority of the implements that are used by the Magnum. In the same time, this tractor has 5 remotes maximum, which is again enough to work with the most of the implements from the Puma tractor. Let's say this tractor is somewhere in the middle between the Puma and the Magnum, and you can use all the implements from Puma on this tractor, and at the same time you can use some implements from Magnum. All the smaller Magnums are easily sharing all the implements with him. Considering this power and considering the efficiency of this tractor, it's never ever worse than Magnum. It's performing sometimes even better. So again, going back to the remotes, we have 5 remotes here, and we have optionally 3 remotes in the middle of the tractor. So in total 8 remotes. The remotes are also relatively new. If you compare it with your well-known Puma, you'll see here a different type of the remotes, which are also designed for the most comfort of the operator. If you're having an additional pressure inside the remote and you cannot take out the hose, you're just using this lever here, which is a decompression lever. You use it, you hold it for a while, it releases the pressure inside, and you easily take it out or plug it in, whatever it is. So we have standard power beyond for your planters, seeders, where you need the hydraulic motors to operate all the time, so there is a power beyond option. It's also available. Then the PTO. What different in this tractor from Magnum is that in Magnum you can only have 1000 or 500 RPMs on the PTO. Here we have 4 different speeds: 540, 540 Eco, so economy, 1000, 1000 Eco. So the tractor again is designed to perform heavy operations with the 540 and 1000 RPMs, or it's also designed for the light operations. Let's say you're working with the mowers. You don't need so much power, but you still need 1000 RPMs on them. So you select 1000 Eco, and your tractor is consuming way less fuel comparing to 1000 RPMs. Because when you reach 1000 RPMs on the PTO, you should have around 2200 RPMs on the engine, which is consuming a lot. And when you select the 1000 Eco, your engine RPMs are dropping down to 1800, 1600. You're really economizing, or you're feeling the economy in fuel consumption. So you don't see it on this specific model, but it's also available also from the offering. You can install the pneumatic trailer brakes. If you're using it for the roading, if you're using it for the trailers with the pneumatic brakes, it's also available from factory. This is the place where you can see the cab suspension. So the cab suspension is standard on this tractor. It is really a comfort feature, because comfort is important. Because when the operator is working for 8 hours, 10 hours in a day, at least he needs to save his back.
Yeah, definitely.
Welcome to one of the most quietest cabs in the market, and our engineers really did a good job to make it the quieter one, because it's after the 69 dBAs, it's really need a lot of efforts from the engineering to make it more quieter than 69, because 69 is reached on most of the models, but if you want to make it quieter, you need to do a really good job. And they did it. It's a 65 dBAs, which is very quiet. Then the interior of the cab, you can see it, the color, what we call it a light wheat color. So we try to more or less address the farmers who are growing the wheat. You will compare it with the Puma, you'll see a big difference. So let's say it's like a different generations of the cab. This cab is more quieter, it's more comfortable, it has all the operations, all the controls next to your hands, next to your fingers, and you can configure it as much as you want. And also the new display, it becomes a bit bigger. So we had, what was that, a 10-inch display, now we have a 12-inch display. And also this display becomes like a smartphone. So it's using a widget where you just hold your finger and then you move all the elements of the screen however you want. So basically you can operate sometimes in Europe when they go for the highest possible spec, and they also use the hydraulic linkages they don't even need to go out of the cab. They can link the implement or they can link it out without even going out of the cab. So it's that easy, it's made for the comfort of the operator.
I'm I'm the Connected Services Manager for Case IH South Africa. So for the first time ever at NAMPO, we've got the connected room, which we display to our end customers. So on my left-hand side, as you can see, this is the UCR system that we use. It stands for Universal Control Room, and that's what we monitor as the manufacturer. So we can monitor the entire South African fleet with that. And then as well, when there's a critical alert that does come up, we can contact our dealers or branches immediately, and as well our end customers, to ensure we can proactively resolve concerns. You mainly get like a critical concern, an amber concern, and then maintenance plans which we can monitor. And then on the right-hand side, this is the view that we actually get from our dealerships and branches. So they also have the exact same view as us, but only for the fleet that's been sold within their area of responsibility. And with that as well, the farmer or the end customer has got an application that he's using that's called the AFS, the Advanced Farming Systems. And as well, the customer can monitor fuel usage, key ignition on, coordinates exactly of where the machinery is, and fault codes as well. So that is all in a nutshell. And on a technical basis, how it does work, it works on the CAN bus system, that's a control area network. It works with a telematics system, which is sent to the cloud, and then from there it will be distributed to the UCR system, the ETIM system, and then the AFS system itself. So that's basically in a nutshell how the system works. So it's there to prevent downtime of machinery and to ensure that we can actually get to our customers as soon as possible and have the machines fixed and up and ready. So that's basically it.